Hello everyone, I just wanted to share with you a few thoughts today about veiling. Now, you may have noticed that since Sunday the crucifix here on the altar has been veiled in a purple cloth. You may also have noticed that the relics that are normally here and the two icons that have been on the altar as well have both been taken away. Normally for Passiontide, these last 2 weeks of Lent, we cover or veil all the images and statues in church, apart from the Stations of the Cross and the windows, obviously. Now, you might reasonably ask, why do we bother doing that? Well, in the old calendar, before the liturgy of the church was reformed, the traditional gospel for the 5th Sunday of Lent was St. John chapter 8, verses 46 to 59, which ends by telling us that Jesus hid himself from those who were searching for him. And so as a reminder of that, we cover the statues, the images, the icons. But it's also a reminder to us that although it may seem from time to time that Jesus hides himself from us, he's actually always there. And if he is veiled from our sight, then it's because we've done the veiling. As I said in the video for Passion Sunday itself, these last 2 weeks of Lent afford us the opportunity to shift our focus from thinking about ourselves and our lives and what we have done to focusing on Jesus and what he has done for us. So far in Lent we've undergone a bodily fast, giving things up that we might enjoy. But now we add to that a fast for the eyes. It may seem odd to hide the very things that we're supposed to be contemplating most, the crosses, the statues, the icons, but actually it's a really sensible thing to do in order to help us concentrate our minds. So think about it. Up to now in Lent, have you spent more time thinking about the things that you've given up, yearning for them, longing for them, remembering what they are like in your lives? I know I have. And hasn't it been absolutely wonderful on the Sundays and solemnities when we've been able to indulge in them again? Well, that's the whole point. By fasting from images of our salvation and the hope of heaven, which are what the statues and the icons are all about, we are allowed to think about them all the more. We long for them all the more. And so when we view them again, it will be with renewed appreciation. Just as we shall look on all those other things that we've given up in our lives and will be taking back up again after Easter, we'll be looking at them with a new light. Now, because crosses and statues and icons are all around us in church all of the time, it's really easy for us to take them for granted and forget why they're there. And so this time of absence gives us the space to remember. It's one of the few blessings of us being in lockdown at the moment. We're given time and space to reflect on the bigger questions and the more important things. Now, another aspect of veiling images is the idea of shrouding. It's a bit old-fashioned now to think of a shroud as being the cloth in which we're buried, especially as so many people these days are buried in their favourite or their best clothes. More likely, we hear the word in a literary sense. Something is shrouded in mystery or shrouded in darkness, or the wispy fingers of a spreading fog. Of course, other bad examples of GCSE English creative writing are available. But that's where we tend to think of the word shrouding these days. It's that idea of one thing being wrapped by another so as to obscure or hide it. We can apply that to the idea of veiling images as well. We remember that Jesus and the saints truly died. They were shrouded and laid in their tombs, and that one day we too will die, but not without the hope of resurrection. So the other aspect to all of this is remembering the colour of these shrouds, these veils. Purple in the Church's life is a reminder of penitence, of saying sorry, and our need to turn away from our mistakes and our sins. As our images are veiled, they are shrouded and obscured, as it were, by our sins. It's our sins our mistakes, all those little things, or big ones, that separate us from God and the company of saints, not the other way round. The barriers are things that we put there. So then how wonderful it is when those shrouds are triumphantly torn away. These days, the veils are traditionally removed before the beginning of the Easter Vigil. But in the older rites, that service which still begins in darkness and comes towards light, the veils would have been dramatically removed as the Gloria was sung, the bells rung, and all the lights of the church lit. What a sight and spectacle that would have been. Jesus bursting forth from the tomb, shattering the power of death and sin, and gloriously filling the world with light and hope. Now, if you've got a cross or a crucifix at home, or maybe a statue or icon of a favourite saint, why not then cover it for the rest of Lent? It doesn't have to be in purple if you haven't got it, but then dramatically reveal it on Easter morning as a reminder of Jesus' victory and our ultimate hope that there is nothing now that can stand between us and him. Take care, and God bless you.